As we get closer to what we are presuming to be the end of Nintendo Switch, we are getting more ports, remakes, and remasters from previous systems. So what's up, Waluigi? Trent from Trentendo. Today we're going to talk about what are the top 5 ports, remakes, or remasters for Nintendo Switch that you need to play, as this seems to be some of the trend that we're getting from Nintendo, as these are the types of games that we have been getting. So before we hop into these top 5 games, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video so you guys are kept up to date with everything going on here at Trentendo. Let's see if we get 20 likes on this. It really does help, I appreciate it. And let's just hop right in. Now first up at number 5, we've got The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Now originally coming out on the Game Boy, this game got a very interesting and unique art style update for Nintendo Switch, with coming in is more of like a claymation type of a game. It looks very interesting, it plays very well on Nintendo Switch, and if you have not had the chance to play this game, you know, it is a pretty good time, and it's not a terribly long game either. Now, if you are also new to the 2D Zeldas, maybe you've played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, but you haven't dabbled in the top-down Zeldas, this is one of the better ones in my opinion, and it's a, you know, with the way that it's been updated for Nintendo Switch, it plays really well, as I said, the art style is fun, and this is a good one to get your toes wet. It's got some unique and fun puzzles, and just overall is a great time on Nintendo Switch. Next up at number 4, we've got Super Mario RPG. Now this one is a remake of the Super Nintendo classic and is Mario's first RPG adventure. Now this one plays very similar to the original in the SNES version, but with a updated graphics. You know, they make it look a lot nicer, it looks better, but it still plays and feels like a Super Nintendo game, which is super fun, no pun intended. They also have a great story. We get some unique characters that we haven't seen in games since, really, in Geno and Mallow, who both are very fun. You know, Mallow and Geno come off with some great personality. We see some cool character development. And even being able to play some of the other characters, such as Bowser and Peach, that are thrown in there as well. It's a quirky story. You got some funny moments. You've got some awesome reenactments of Mario. Some of the cutscenes are different and unique. And this is a fun game to play. And if you're a Paper Mario fan and you haven't tried this one yet out, this is the roots of Paper Mario, and we get to see, you know, even some of the inspiration, I believe, for, you know, Paper Mario's story and the things that we see there. It's a fun game, so you're definitely one that you'd want to check out on Nintendo Switch. Coming in at number 3, we've got Metroid Prime Remastered. Now this one was a shadow dropped game, came out, you know, to everyone's surprise, maybe not. Some people we had heard rumors of this one coming out, but it was just shadow dropped, and you know, this game is one of the best looking games on Nintendo Switch. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you have not yet tried this game on Nintendo Switch, you're going to be amazed by how good it looks. They've put some great tender love and care into this thing to make it run and just look super silky smooth on the system. It's one of the better games for the GameCube. It was one of the showcase games for the GameCube with what they were doing back then. And if you haven't had the opportunity to play Samus's first 3D adventure in Metroid Prime Remastered, definitely one you're going to want to look at for Nintendo Switch. It also comes in at more of a budget price at $40, which is nice on the pocketbook. Now, number 2, we've got The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Now, I know what you're thinking. This game got a lot of hate when it was released on Nintendo Wii, but hear me out. On the Nintendo Switch, this game is a masterpiece in my opinion. Now, this is my personal favorite Zelda game, so it was kind of hard not to put this at number 1. But just the way that they've been able to tweak the controls, they made it a lot more palatable for people who did not like the motion controls. Maybe you found it jarring, maybe you found it unenjoyable, you didn't like having to be bound to motion controls. Well, now with the Nintendo Switch version, you're going to be able to play this game in handheld mode. If you want to play it in motion controlled, you still can do so. If you want to get that classic Wii experience, take the Joy-Cons off, hook it up to a TV, go crazy. But if you do want to play in handheld mode, if you want to get more of a traditional Zelda experience, you're going to be able to get that with this version of the game. Now, partly this reason that this game is so high on the list is because it's such a great story. This is, in my opinion, and I think in a lot of people's opinions, is the best developed story for a Zelda game. It's the first game chronologically in the series. We get to see, you know, a lot of the lore and a lot of the ideas that we see in other Zelda games explored and established, which is very interesting and very fun. And it's a longer game. It's clocking in between 30 and 40 hours probably, but it's so fun. You have some of the best unique boss fights, and just the way that they were able to, as I said, to really tweak the controls and make it more palatable. It's just a very, very good game, and definitely one that if you are a Zelda fan and you haven't played yet, do yourself a favor, go and pick up Skyward Sword HD. Now, first game on the list, number 1. It's a game that hasn't even come out yet, but comes out next month, in Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. Now, I know, how can this game be number 1 on the list when it's not even out yet? There's a lot of debate on whether this is a port or a remake or a remaster. You know, and until really the game comes out, we're not going to be able to know until someone's able to data mine something, or maybe Nintendo decides to actually make some sort of official statement telling us that this is a remake or a remaster. But all of that aside, this doesn't matter. This is, bar none, the best Paper Mario game ever. If you have yet to play Paper Mario The Thousand-Year Door, this is going to be the best experience for Paper Mario that is out there. And with coming in at a $60 price tag, you know, I've kind of said that I don't know if I am super thrilled about that, especially with Metroid Prime coming in at $40. But still being said, even at $60, this is a game worth getting, and it's actually going to be cheaper to get on the Nintendo Switch than if you wanted to go pick it up on GameCube. You know, it's going to set you back $100 to $120 just to pick it up on the original hardware. So being able to play a much cleaner, better version of the game, arguably, like I said, we still don't really know yet, but assuming that this is not changed from the original, which I don't anticipate that being. If anything, we're going to see some additional content added. I think that this is going to be the best remake or remaster for Nintendo Switch. It's got a great story. It's the best Paper Mario, as I said, and it's going to be a great way, and the cheapest way really, to play this game in 2024. Now, there's probably going to be ways to emulate this and make it look very nice as well, if you want to go with the original GameCube route. But as far as, you know, playing the best version of the game, I'm almost positive, and I can almost guarantee that this is going to be on Nintendo Switch. So at this point, though, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. What do you think? Did I miss a game? Do you agree? Would you change the order at all? There are a ton of remakes and remasters out there for Nintendo Switch, and, you know, there is something for everybody, really. And these are all kind of games from either the GameCube, the Wii, or the Game Boy. If you want to even include the Wii U, there's even more games that you can include. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below on what you guys think are the best remakes or remasters for Nintendo Switch in 2024. So hope you guys enjoyed. Looking forward to get that conversation going with you down below. And until next time, catch you later.